Welcome to Beautifully Ruined, the podcast where we believe that being beautifully ruined isn't the end, but the beginning of a remarkable journey. I'm your host, A.D. Callaghan, and guys, we have made it to episode number 8. If you haven't already liked, subscribed, or shared, please do so. For all my returning subscribers, thank you so much for joining us once again. This episode, we're going to dive into why is it that every time that you decide to start working out, or you decide to start this new diet, or you decide to commit to almost anything, like you are met with such resistance. It's like all hell breaks loose. And when you're doing nothing, right? When you don't have any goals, you're just on automatic pilot, right? Autopilot. There's no resistance. There's nothing. But let you say, oh, I'm going to stop drinking. Let you say that you're going to stop smoking. Then, oh, baby, people are going to be calling you out the woodworks to do it. People are going to be calling you out the woodworks to go out to eat, to go party, to go drinking, or any of the things above. You're going to get some type of form and resistance. And that led me to believe that in life, before every level up, right, you will be tested and tried. And if you think about it, it's no difference between like the medicine, these vaccines, the food that we eat, the products and services that we utilize on a daily basis that we buy, right? These companies spend millions of dollars, countless hours testing and trying them out before they're mainstream, or at least we hope so, right? And that led me to believe that why can't we be any different? Like, why does that make us any different? And I believe that we're no different. God will test and try you out before he give you whatever it is you want. And if I were to be honest with you, that I really don't even like advice from people who I've known that haven't been tested or tried, or who haven't even tested or tried the advice that they're giving me. If I'm seeking advice for someone, I want to see some battle or scars. I want to see some wounds. I want to know that you have been tested and tried, and the advice that you're giving me is sound, and I can take your word for what you're saying because it's crucial to my life. And I would like to believe that God is like the FDA, right? Or like how the FDA used to be. He will test and try you out before he puts you mainstream, before he lets everybody get a taste or whiff of you, before he'll actually give you what your heart desires, whether that be the perfect body by summer, whether that be you stop smoking, stop drinking, stop partying, or whether it be you getting that job or leveling up in your career or starting that new business. God will test and try you over and over again. Even when he gives it to you, he'll still test you out to make sure that your heart is in the right place, your mind is in the right place, you're focused, that you're resilient, to test to see how bad do you want it, and if that's going to mess with your character. That led me to believe that, okay, we should be the same way about our choices in our life, whether it's the person we decide to be in a relationship with, whether it's this job that we decide to take, whether it's, the eating habits, the spending habits, what have you. We should test and try them out before we make them mainstream habits in our life, right? Because we're no different. And matter of fact, the only thing that's separating you from whoever you think out there that has what you want, whether it's the body, the car, the job, the career, the family, the only difference are pretty much usually is the choices that they've made in the circumstances that came up, and we all like to say, hey, I want that perfect body by the summer. But the truth of the matter is that maybe we start doing it a little bit. Week 1 is good. Week 2, all of a sudden, Joe, Jill, and Sally is asking you, hey, you want to come to lunch and eat out with us to lunch today instead of going to work out? Or maybe, someone is inviting you to the club, and you know that if you go to a club or any lounge on a weekday, you're going to be no good the next day. You're not going to be able to work out. And before you know it, you put that workout, that eating habit, or whatever it is that you were trying to be committed to on the back burner. And you say, you know what? I'm just going to forget about it, right? And this whole process, this whole concept came to me literally from science fairs, because in science fairs, you have a problem, right? Whether the problem be your weight, whether the problem be the amount of money you're making, whether the problem be, you have a smoking bad habit or a drinking habit or whatever it may be, right? And then you have a hypothesis that's basically an educated guess of how you can resolve this problem. And so you think, okay, you know what? I'll go to the gym. I'll start eating right. I'll start making these healthy choices. But what you don't realize is that every time you decide to shoot for any goal, there will be variables, and you're going to have to deal with these variables, some controlled and some not controlled, meaning some variables that are within your own control that you've done and some that you can't, whether it be the weather or you deciding to say, you know what, I'm going to go out and party tonight. Those type of variables will pop up. And depending on how you handle those variables is going to depend on if you're going to be able to stick to what you committed to. And I would like to believe that once we've realized that, this thing that's just popping up is just a test, or it's just a pop quiz, or maybe even be the final exam, that then we would have a mind shift. We wouldn't look at it as dread, because I'm gonna be honest with you. At first, I would dread the pop quizzes and tests, even in school. Like, especially you hit me with a pop quiz, I'm thinking I'm just gonna have a smooth day. Then all of a sudden, I gotta remember something. No, but God will test your heart, test your character, test your mind, test your focus, test your resilience, test a number of things before he allows you to level up, before he puts you on the mainstream. And depending on whether you pass those tests or not will depend on how soon you'll get the blessing. Because I would like to believe that many times we get the blessings, we just delay them with our own choices. And if I were to be truly honest, the only thing that separates you from anybody that has, the body that you want, the car that you want, the lifestyle that you want, the career that you want, or even the peace that you desire, are the choices that they have made with the different variables under different circumstances. They've made different choices than you. And I believe that if you begin to pass those tests, pass those pop quizzes, make the right choices that align with your goals, you can have it too. And I kid you not. At every level up in my life, there has always been pop quizzes. From me deciding to go back to school, from me deciding to, join a fraternity, from me deciding to wanting to, of course, graduate and actually level up in career-wise, right? Like, I went through all these circumstances where it be my mother, who I hadn't seen for 17 years, popping up and being literally a shell of who she is, and me trying to help her, right? And she's not wanting to help. I could have been like the old me and literally just went head deep in that and got really side railed and never even went back to school. Or whether it be, me deciding, I'm going to join this fraternity. And the moment I join this fraternity and I'm trying to balance work, I'm trying to balance school, and I'm trying to balance, actually pledging, right? Then I discovered my father has cancer. And so it's these uncontrolled variables and things that will pop up to say, how committed are you? Are you just going to say, you know what? This life event happened. I'm not going to do it anymore. And I'm not going to commit to eating. I'm not going to commit to what I said I was going to commit to. Or you're going to figure out a way to balance it all, to still commit to your goals, still be there for your father, still be there for your mother, still deal with the problems and situations that arise in your life head on. And I would like to believe that when you first realize that all these different scenarios aren't necessarily the devil, aren't necessarily something bad. It's just God testing and trying you out, right? That your mindset will shift and say, you know what? This is a test. Let me rise above. Let me not even get mad. Let me not get distracted. Let me not get thrown off course. Let me stay to the mission. Let me put my blinders on. Let me, handle this the best way I can and stay focused on my mission statement, whether it be leveling up, getting the body you want, getting the car you want, saving for that home, whatever goal that you have. And I believe when we really do that, like the sky is the limit. Literally the sky is the limit. So guys, once again, this is a short episode here today, but the moral of the story is when all hell breaks loose, you're about to level up. It's just a test of how you're going to handle those situations. And if you you address them head on, you handle them in the best capabilities that you can, you will level up. You will be able to stop smoking. You will be able to lose that weight. You'll be able to do whatever it is that you want to do. And it may not look perfect. It may not happen overnight. You may struggle with the pop quizzes a little bit at first, but with practice, over time, you'll get better and you'll get better and you'll get better. And then the next time that something, a variable pops up, you'll handle it with ease. You getting a flat tire is not going to keep you from going to the gym. You're going to change that tire and you're still going to go work out. And you're going to make sure you eat good. And you're going to do it all hopefully with a smile on your face. Maybe not a smile at first, I'm just going to be real. But eventually the smile will come because you will remember that this was just a test. And I'm here to tell you guys that you can make it. Don't give up on the pop quizzes. Don't give up on a test. Don't even give up after you got the final exam and you got it. You will still be tested to make sure that you're able to keep it. And you can keep it. And trust me, you can level up. So if this has resonated with anyone, please like, subscribe, and share. And thank you so much. It's time to level up, guys. You have a great one. Bye-bye.